Hello everyone. I have not been on here forever, so I wanted to get on and talk because tomorrow is Valentine's Day and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Now, I'm excited about Valentine's Day, even that I'm single. That's the reason why I'm excited. Now, not all people have terrible relationships. And there is a lot of people, if you don't know who I am a different person than I was 15 years ago. I woke up to a spiritual awakening, and that just means awareness of what my life really is. And you can choose to do it also. It was a choice. Well, at first it was a shock, and then it was choice. Oh my gosh, this is what love is. This is what life is. So I thought I would get on and share it with you guys because I've had so many people over the years, and a couple recently have just messaged me and talked to me about love, because even that I'm not in a relationship, I was in a relationship for 26 years and a very long and abusive relationship. And before that, in an abusive relationship. And what came out of both of those relationships was me loving myself. So the true love is, yes, love your partner, love your children, love everyone, but love yourself. I even had a video out yesterday or the day before, and somebody commented on, like, I never thought about self-love before. And here's the problem, or not the problem, here's the amazing thing about self-love is once you start loving yourself, then the people that hurt you, like the people that called me and say, well, he's hurting me, and I told him he had to do this. You don't have to do that, because if you love yourself, there is like, you don't tell him to do that. You say, this is how it is. This is my love, my respect for myself, and now you do you. So like when he goes out on you, you don't say, oh, it's okay, and accept it. You look at yourself and say, you know, how am I betraying myself? How is it that I'm betraying myself by staying with him? Because that's what it is. It's not him betraying you. He's betraying himself, but you're also betraying yourself by staying with him. So this is when it comes in self-love. It's like, I love myself enough to walk away from that. And I'm not trying to get anybody here to leave their family, husbands, and all that. We'll get into that later. Not leaving them, but saying why you should stay. So, but this is my journey to having a self-love, which I think I've always had it. I didn't know what to call it. Because I remember in my marriage, somebody, they would say, well, you know, you're never going to change to be who I want you to be. And I'm like, no, I like myself. Why would I change for you? I want to be me. I want to be happy. And that's in most of my marriage, when I was by myself or in I had my own consignment store. I had my own business. And I realized now that was my way out of the trauma, drama, and abuse. But here's the thing, I was attracting all that abuse. He wasn't just giving it to me like, oh my God, you know, I'm just going to do all this. And then I was staying, and I was saying, oh yeah, I was unconsciously saying, then I accept the abuse. Now that we know about the unconscious mind and the conscious mind and all this stuff, we know that whatever I seen as a child, I was accepting as an adult because I thought that was love. So if you've seen beating in your family, abuse, sexual abuse, drug abuse, all that stuff, then in your childhood, you thought this was okay. Well, Uncle Johnny just lays on the couch and doesn't get up for 3 days because he's on drugs. Oh, cool. So when you get an adult and somebody doesn't show up for 3 days because they're drunk, you're like, oh, that's cool. You don't know any better. Well, here's in my life, I decided to know better. I had always had this feeling inside like, this is not my life. This is not my life. So I said, what in my life can I change to make my life about better self-love? And not that I don't love the person, I do. But here's the thing, self-love comes from yourself. So you don't like say, oh, husband, love me, or oh, wife, love me. You say, oh, I love me. And then your wife and husband are supposed to be what's it called? An amplifier of that love. Not the abuse of it, but the loving part of it. But none of us as children learn this. No, I mean, I'm talking 99% of children has been some kind of abuse, which is going all over the world right now, you can see, and has been abused, has been hurt, and then they say, oh, grow up and get married and be in love. Well, hell, you don't know what love is. You don't know what the hell love is. How are you supposed to love somebody? And then when we are in love, and then they do bad things to us, I did this too, we accept the hurt that they give us. And for me, I was thinking, and here's the good thing for me, I was thinking, what did I do wrong? Okay, so why did I do this wrong? What can I do to make him do something right? So like, not right, but not hurt me or abuse me or whatever. And then I thought, well, it's not even me. It's not me. Like I would sit and go like, I haven't even done anything. Because the way my abuse came is I was like physically sitting in the room. Now I did have a bad mouth, I know that. But I would be sitting in the room and it would be starting a fight, like, where have you been? And I'm like, I haven't been anywhere. And then just on and there until it's escalated with my voice, because I'm not putting up with your shit. I wasn't putting up with the shit then, and I'm not going to put it up with it now 100%. So, and I think people say that, well, if you're going to talk back to me, or here's a good one, you made me hurt you. Well, yes, I did cuss and scream and yell, but you're accusing me of things I didn't do. So that's not love. Love is respect. Love is trust. Here's what my love is. If I love you and you will choose to leave for another woman, you're free to leave. That's love. Love is not, oh my God, I'm going to beat you and kill you, and I'm going to, buy you jewelry, and I'm going to, I mean, we had it all. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So if you could just focus on loving yourself. If you're single, don't feel bad at all, because this is like, my life is happy every single day. Don't feel bad. Feel like what could you do to love yourself a little bit more? So like, I eat good. So I eat good food. I drink, I don't drink anything but a hot chocolate and water. That's it. I don't drink anything, and maybe a Gatorade if like I'm having some kind of issues with myself, but always water, always water. And I eat good food, avocado, spinach, eggs, good food, because I love myself. So do I have a donut? Yes, once a month. Or, but if I sit around and eat donuts and McDonald's and all that stuff, I don't love my body. I'm making it bloated, and I'm eating all this shit, and I'm going to the doctors, and I'm saying, oh my God, something's wrong with me. Hell yeah, there's something wrong with you. You're eating a bunch of shit. Stop doing it. That's part of self-love. That's somewhere to start. Eating right, walking, self-love. Exercise, self-love. Journaling out. I got this book, The Artist Way. This book is about being with yourself. So you get up every morning and you write 3 pages out of things that's coming in your mind. It actually has dates. Taking yourself on a date by yourself, things that you like to do. Say, I like to go to a consignment store. I like to go to a flea market. I like to go wherever you like to go. Not just me, but wherever you like to go. Maybe you like to go look at trucks. But you learn to love and respect yourself. And here's the key. Once you learn to love and respect yourself, then the people that you are with, if they don't love and respect you, they'll naturally fall off. You do not even have to make them leave. They will just go. And then you will attract people that love and respect you. That's how it works. Because if I have a vibration of love and respect, then I'm going to attract love and respect. And the love thing has been one of the hardest things for me to move through because of all of the abuse. And to see that you have to take responsibility for yourself, that's a big one for a lot of people. I'm the one that has to take responsibility for myself. Oh my God. Well, I didn't do it. He did. And I've sat here and watched, I'm going to say this, people watch me and they go off, watch me and go off as soon as I say like a triggering thing, because this is a trigger video. This will be a trigger video. So, and here's the thing, you believe, if you do, or if you don't believe in self-love, you believe that something outside of you has to love you. So I believe my daughter has to love me, my son has to love me, my mom has to love me, my boyfriend, my husband. No. No, you have to love you. And then those people out there, there will be boundaries. They'll see them. Well, because not a lot of people go around loving themselves. So they're like, oh my God, she loves and respects herself. She, she's clean. She's this, she's that. She doesn't put up with shit. Like one time, not with my husband, but now one time and I'm done. There's just no other excuse. There's just no other way. And it's a good learning experience for both of us. It's a learning experience for me to say, no, this is not what I want. I'm not going to put up with that. And for them too, to be like, wow, she doesn't put up with shit. And unfortunately, or fortunately, this could be either way, people look at you different, like, oh, we want her now because she don't put up with the shit, but you're done. But it's done and over with by that point. So it's like, that's why if you get to self-love and self-care, you can get in a relationship and the person will not see the red flags and will not run away from you because you love and respect yourself, and so do they. So I've had one lady call me and say, I've had to give him an ultimatum. Well, here's the thing. Give yourself the ultimatum. Like, no. I gave my husband an ultimatum too. I did. I did. I said, you do this and we are over. And it was like 4 years. And then he did that, and that day we were over. And I've never seen him again. You have to stick to your guns. And my life has been amazing. I've traveled. I've met beautiful people. I've become a whole spiritual, I got to, God's love, higher self's love, whatever, has gave me more love and compassion than I've ever felt from any person on this earth. So, and I know a lot of people don't do that. It's not a religion. It's just a spiritual connection. And here's another thing. I have this spiritual connection, and there's people that don't. There's some people that don't. I've actually said, do you hear from God? And people say no, and I have. Have you heard from dead relatives? No. Well, and I do a lot of sitting, being by myself, meditation. I hear things. I don't watch Netflix 24/7. I don't do a lot of things that try to distract me. I try to stay in the moment. So if I'm driving down the car or driving down the street, I'm like, I'm in the car driving. Look at the beautiful sun. I'm aware of what's going on around me. I'm aware that, I'm aware that this drink tastes so good right now. This food is not so amazing. I'm not drinking it so fast and eating it so fast and then running to get the kids. And, I do have a calmer life. I am older. My kids are older. So, which is wonderful. Because you do need time to spend with yourself. Now, not that you can't have a relationship. For me, I've had relationships, and I feel like where I'm at, I would like them to be, you're over here and I'm over there. That way I can still have my time and they can still have theirs. But there's a lot of people that stay in relationships for money. And I'll tell you what, you guys, I did that. And my kids said, why didn't you leave years ago? I mean, so you're going to mess up your kids. You're going to mess up. When you let your children watch you take the abuse from the man, then that's what they think. So say you're with a man and you've loved him and then you lost the love because he's cheating and but he pays your bills. So now your daughter, even that you have not told her, but you're crying in here and crying there, and people can feel your emotions. The vibe tells the tribe, not the, you don't have to speak it. People know. So your kids know that something's going on, even if they don't exactly know. And then you're like, your daughter will grow up to do that. Guaranteed. Unless you change it. Unless you change it and say, no, we don't put up with this shit. Now your daughter doesn't put up with this shit. We don't accept talking like that. And then I had another person come and say, well, he just talks to me like a dog, calling me a bitch all the time. And I said, okay, this sounds hard, but you're allowing him to do that. And, well, I don't want to leave him. Well, then you're going to accept it. I accept that he calls me a bitch. I accept that he goes out on me. You can accept that if you want to. It's not accepting love for yourself. No, it's disrespecting yourself. That's fine. People do it for different reasons. I did too. I was there. I accepted it for money. I accepted it because I didn't want to be alone. I accepted it because I didn't know where the hell I was going to be or go. Or sometimes I accepted it just so I knew where he was instead of being out in the world, being crazy towards me, because it was a different kind of relationship. Anyway, the whole point of this is do not get upset about the whole not in the relationship thing, because if you could find a relationship with yourself and be in love with yourself, that's where you find love. You find love with yourself, and then people out here love me, respect me, give me things, buy me things. They want to. They want to. I don't even ask. I seriously do not ask. And they're just like, here, have it. Because I love, respect myself. And people are drawn to that. They're like, I don't know what she's doing, but we want to do that. We want to love and respect ourselves. We want to feel that vibration. I want to be around you. But you can do it for yourself. That's the problem. You can do it for yourself. And I know some people say they have to do it because their kids don't have a house to live in. I understand what you're saying, but you can start. You can start by little bitty things, because each day that you stay in a bad relationship, I'm not telling anybody to leave a relationship. You can work it out. Go get help. Go get counseling. You can also do that. But once you start loving and caring for yourself, your husband might do that. He might start loving and caring for himself, and then that goes together. Because here's the thing, like attracts like. So if you are treating people like shit, you are going to attract shit. If you're treating people amazing, you're going to attract amazing. If you don't love yourself, here's the thing. Your unconscious mind is your body. So it's like, but your mind is like, I want to find a love like Hallmark. But down here, all you've seen as a child is beating, abuse, tearing up the house, having no money, can't eat tonight, da 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 da. This is your body. Your body keeps the score. Your body tells you what's going on in your life. So look at your childhood and say, what happened in my childhood with my mother and father in love? Say your mother dated 20 people and you remember that. Now, what are you doing? Are you dating 20 people to try to find love? I told my, a person that was doing this, I don't want to name names, and they said, well, what's wrong with them? And I said, they're trying to find love. Love's right here. You can't find love. It's right here. So there's no love. Once you love yourself, love comes to you. I mean, it's like Everything comes to you. You don't have to go out there and get it. Even money. It's crazy. I'll sit in my bed all day and just people just give me money. And I'm like, okay. Because we believe everything's out here and nothing's out here. It's all in here. Love's in here, money's in here, God's in here, Buddha's in here. Here's the thing. God, Buddha, spirituality, the devil, whoever you talk to is your higher being that loves you unconditionally. But you have to take the action. You have to, how like they say, believe and receive. You have to believe that God's helping you. You have to believe that you love yourself. You have to believe that you deserve respect. You have to believe that you deserve a house. I've had people tell me, I don't deserve a house. I don't deserve a family. I don't deserve a kids. Why? What inside of you, thank you, because nobody else is saying that, what inside of you is keeping you from having what you really desire? Because you don't feel good enough. For what? Because if God forgives you for everything, then why can't you forgive you for anything? And that's what you have to get to. And I know a lot of people they're gonna be like, what? This is crazy. It's not. It's the truth. I know you believe it's the truth that your husband's gonna love you more than you. He never will. He'll always let you down. Always, always, always. I don't care. My kids let me down. My mom lets me down. My husband let me down. I don't let myself down. I mean, sometimes when I say, oh, I'm going to do something and I don't, I guess, yeah. But here's the thing. I can take responsibility for myself and say, okay, now if you want to change Suzette, you can. Because I can't change my daughter. I can't change my son. I can't change my husband. I can't change my mom. But I can change me. So I choose to love myself. I choose to keep myself safe. I choose to respect myself. I choose to have a nice life. I choose not to do drugs. I choose to go into loving relationships with people that love me and respect. And if they don't love me and respect me, I leave. I'm like, leave. And what's so funny is people will say, well, you just run. I do. I'm running the hell away from you, and I'm running straight to peace. Me. Peace, love, compassion, caring. I don't need the abuse. I don't need a man or a woman to tell me, you're a piece of shit, I'm going to go out on you, I'm going to do all this stuff to you, when I don't need any of that, when I could just have me and be so loving and caring and beautiful, and God and the world and the sun and the grass and the what do I need that for? Or find a man that loves and respects me, then. But you don't put it on a bulletin board. You don't put, it out there in the world. Everybody in the world knows that you're in bad relationships. I've had 5 people just call me and say, he's done this, and they're all women, yeah, because they're my friends. He's done this, and he's done this. One lady's lost 40 pounds. One said, I'm going to die. You're going to die because you're trying to take care of a man. Kick his ass out and live. And I hate to say that. I'm not downing on men, because there is good men out there somewhere. I have not met them. I've seen them on TV, on Hallmark, and all this other bullshit. But what I'm saying is, me personally, I see people that have relationships, and I don't know what goes on in their house, but the women that I talk to, because I had relationships like theirs. I had a relationship like them, but I chose to get out. So I am the majority. I chose to say, I'm not putting up with your shit. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But I had to be pushed. I had to literally push. He had to push me too. Like, we knew we had to get away from each other. And he's still the same way he was then. And I have totally changed. And I needed that. I needed to have this life that I have now. It's so much more precious than anything that I could ever have ever in my life. So, but I've had, he's killing me. He cusses at me, he screams at me, he just abuses me in front of people, disrespect. And this is just what I get from my people. So, and there's men too. There's men that get disrespect, and I'll say, well, why do you stay? Because they're trying to chase love. I want somebody to love me. Oh my God, please love me. You love you. If you love you, I promise you, you'll, not that you don't need love. You do. You need love and compassion, and you'll want to enjoy, and you will enjoy it more because it'll be the real love. But you have to take the step to do it first. You're the one that has to say, I don't accept this. Loving yourself is one sentence. No, I will not put up with your abuse. No, I'm not going to be treated like this. No. And then after everything's okay, she's not going to put up with this. She's not going to put up with this. Then it's, yes, I love you. Yes, we can do this. Yes, we can be together. But the no's have to come first. And it's hard to be with the person that you've already said yes to 100 times when you really meant no, because now they think, oh, she'll let me abuse her in 4 months, 3 months, 2 months again. I did that. It's like, oh, honey, please take me back. Okay, all right, we're in love. And then 3 or 4 months, here it goes. 3 or 4 months, here it goes. And it's hard to change, you guys. I even talked to my mom about this. She's like, there's not people like you that change. No, there's not. It's hard. It's crying. It's screaming. It's yelling. I've cried for like a day and a half, 2 days ago, to get out my ego, to let go of the old patterns that I want to let go of. I don't want to live in this painful, egoic life where people get abused. And I don't live there. It is outside of me, maybe outside these windows, but it's not in here, and it's not in my life, and it's not in my house, and it's not in my car, and it's not in my environment, because I choose it not to be. If I get in a fight with family members, I'll say, okay, love you, bye. They'll be fighting for days. I'm over here, woo, because I love myself. And I've heard you abandoned me, you've left me, if I stay with you and scream and yell, then I've abandoned myself. And I'm not willing to do that. I did that for, 40 years of my life. But I'm not willing to do that anymore. So if I sit over here and I take your abuse, I'm abandoning myself. If I sit over here and argue with you all day long, because that's what you guys like, drama, then I'm abandoning myself. So I'm not willing to abandon myself anymore. I'm not willing to treat myself bad. I'm hugging myself. I'm loving myself and my partner, but only if he's nice or kind. If he's not, I'll say, no, not anymore, not today. And you have to have those boundaries. If you don't have those boundaries, then people will run over you, and it's all about self-love. It's all about self-love. And I promise you, once you love and respect yourself, your life is better. The people around you are better. Even they change too. They change because they realize that you're not going to take the shit anymore. But it is hard for them. I'll just tell you that, because they're used to you letting the abuse go. So a lot of my relationships are not with me anymore. I've had friends that stole from me, friends that lied to me, friends that, because I'm spiritual, say, who the hell are you? Who are you? I don't have any of my childhood friends at all. I don't have any of my relationships as far as men. I don't, my old ones. I have new friends and new relationships, but I don't have any old ones because they're not on the same vibration anymore that I am. Let me see. my vibration of consciousness. I'm up here in love, baby. Joy, peace, love. That's why, like, when I get around people and we're like, here's fear, greed, anger. If somebody's angry and shit, I'm like, woo! So, like, here it says, anger is hate and moving energy. Okay, so I'm running up here. This is why I'm running back to my house. This is why I'm trying to get back here. Because if you have joy and peace, it's transformation, good connection to the world. You have accepted others. You accepted yourself. Divine alignment, synchronicities. If you don't know what a synchronicity is, it's you want a dream, and now you can see the dreams coming. The dreams coming. The dreams coming. So much goodness in this. I think it's Power versus Force is the book this came out of. I literally took this and had this printed up and made out big for me. I put it on my wall at my store because this is amazing, you guys. This is where love is. This is where you want to be. This is low vibration. I'm a low vibration person, and then I attract low vibration. So if I don't have any relationships or any friends, look at all the love. See, I can't, because here we were down here and had love, hate, jealousy, da-da, and I'm up here. So we're trying to get more people up here, right? We're trying to get people up to love, but it has to start with you, because like attracts like inside you. You are the love you are seeking. You are the love that shines the world. And if you're putting up with non-loving relationships, you don't love yourself. I know. Don't be mad at me. I was the person that didn't love themselves. But I also was the person that said, I'm going to ask myself why. I'm going to journal out. I'm going to see, and I'm going to change. So now I am the person that loves their self, and people come to me, call me on the phone and say, what can I do? And their answers that I give them is not leave your husband. The answers is love yourself. It's love yourself. But they're looking for me to help their husband. I can't help. I'm not going to help your husband. I'm not going to help your wife. I'm going to help you. You have to help you. Once you change, then the world changes. It does. I know it's like we weren't taught that in school or even at our house as children. We were taught you love your mom, you love your dad, you love your grandma, and you don't love yourself. And nobody even told us to love ourselves. But always, always, always inside of me, there's must have been a knowing of, I've always remember when I was a little girl, I would question myself and say, why am I here? And then I would say, this is not my life. And none of it was, because it was abuse. It was arguing. When people were arguing, I was like, this is not love. I didn't know what love was, but I knew it wasn't this. I knew I didn't like this job, but I didn't know what to do. Actually, here's the story. When I was a kid, I was just like, I don't know why. So when people would abuse me as a child, I would say, why are you abusing me? I would ask them the question. I wouldn't like go through it and be like, okay, I'm accepting it. I was like, why are you abusing me when you say you love me? Like I would get beaten and they would say, okay, tell me you love me. I'm like, I was a little girl going, this is some kind of sick shit. I mean, now that I think of it, I'm like, what? But yeah, so I always had that knowing. But when I was like 18 years old, I was just like, whatever. Like, I can't find the way. So like, I'm just going to go out here and have sex, drugs, rock and roll. So I did all that. And I ended up having, kids and stuff and getting with guys that abused me because I didn't know any other way. I didn't know any other way. Nobody taught me any other way. I just thought this was what love was. And it wasn't love. It never was love. And that's why everybody has such a problem. All of my friends from my childhood or people that I talk to now, as far as in bad relationships will call me and say, and they think like, well, I don't want to be alone. Honey, I'm not alone. I feel more, I'll tell you this, I'm glad that they call me and tell me this shit, because it just tells me, thank God I'm not being abused. Thank God he's not running over my life and telling me what the hell to do. Thank God he's not drinking and drugging all night and I have to listen to his bullshit. I don't have to do any of that. Oh my God. I'm laughing because I am so freaking happy and joyful that I don't have to do that. And not that I don't love men, because I actually go around these men and they're nice and kind to me. Yeah, I don't have to live with them and I don't have to put up with their shit, and I wouldn't. But, here's the thing. It's the woman's choice. It's her choice to put up with the yelling and screaming and calling her every name in the book. It's her choice to live with the alcoholic that treats her like shit and maybe hits her, I don't know. And it's her choice to gain a bunch of weight, get sick. Literally, she thinks I'm dying. I'm dying because of a man. Because you want somebody to love you. The secret is to love your fucking self. And I swear, I will bet $1 million on it. You'll lose the weight. You'll get better. You'll feel better. Guaranteed. 100,000%. I'm not even going to say 100%. If you don't, you'll get your money back. And I'm not even asking you for money. I love this so much. I love this so much because this is my life. I get to live this life of love without thinking that somebody else outside of me has to love me. And I have been loved. I have been loved. I believe that the people that I've been married to and before still love me today. Actually, I know they do, and I love them, but it's a different kind of love. It's actually respect. Because I've stood up for myself. Once you stand up for yourself and like, I'm not putting up with your bullshit. These people love you. They want you. They want you. The people, once you let them go out on you and treat you like shit, honey, they're going to keep doing it because you let them. They're going to stay with you because they want to abuse you. Look at all the abuse going on in the world. There's people in this world that wants to abuse. And if you're going to let them just do it, then they don't have to go find anybody. You're letting them do it. I decided not to. I decided to say, I love me first, you're second, and the best life ever. The best life ever. I travel, I see the world, I do whatever I want, I go on dates, I love, respect, family, children, house, bigger than I've ever expected, money. I mean, all of this came to me. So if somebody said you could love yourself and you would have money, love, respect, kindness, travel, all the things that you ever wanted, what the fuck are you waiting for? I know, it's scary. It was scary for me. I cried. The first 3 months I cried. It was scary. I got rid of everything. Didn't even have a fork from my old life. I have nothing from my old life 3 months after I left my old life. I had a full-blown business, rental houses, cars, I owned a house that I lived in, and everything in it. I got rid of every bit of it. Rentals, cars, forks, knives, spoons, everything. All of it gone. Not one thing do I have. I left it all. If I didn't sell it, I gave it away. And I would do it again. Because loving yourself and feeling this way you'll never find it. You'll never find it in another person. I promise you that, you guys. I love you guys so much. Even that I can't love you as much as I love me, but I probably love you more than you love you because I love me. And I'm not saying that meanly. I'm just saying that in a kind, loving way. If there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. I am a life coach. That's what I do, is I help people in their life. And some of us need help. Now, I can tell you this for the truth. One lady did get out of it, lost weight, and feels better. The other people are not getting out of it and choose to be ill. And they will call me and say, I'm ill and I have to go and get an operation. I have to go. And you're killing yourself because it's you killing yourself. I am more healthier now than I've ever been. I'm 56 years old. I am young. Literally, my hair is mostly black. Yes, I have a little bit of gray, but I think it has slowed down the grayness because I don't have a lot of stress. So I think stress causes, getting older. Stress causes, a lot of things. And I've kept myself young. I keep myself busy. It was like last year we went hiking for like 2 days. And so I keep walking all the time. I do all the things. Now, yeah, tomorrow I can get hit by a bus or whatever. But what I'm saying is why I'm here, I'm going to love myself, respect myself. And because of that, I have been blessed by God, the universe, whatever. Because if I'm going to treat myself kind and loving, the universe is going to treat me kind and loving. It's just how it is. If you want to treat people like shit, I guarantee you, because I say to my family, like, they'll be like, I don't know why my life is falling apart today. Well, maybe because you're talking like, oh my God. And I tell them, they don't listen to me. That's their choice. It's all a choice. It's a choice for you to be with a man that you don't love, be with a woman you don't love. And it's not that you don't love them. You don't know how to love them. They don't know how to love you. That's the main problem. Because I believe that I loved my husband, but we didn't know how to love each other. He was raised by wolves, and so was I. So we were actually saying, oh, will you love me? And will you love me? Will you love me? Will you love me? And we couldn't because we didn't even know. And all we had to do is love ourselves, and then we can love everyone. I can love anybody. As long as you don't fuck with me. No, you know what I'm saying. It has to have boundaries. You can't just let people run over you. It's called respect and love at the same time. And that's how you get it. It's saying no. It's saying no. All right, I better get off here, but thank you for listening to this. This is probably the best love video I've ever made in my life, and it's all true. 100% true, and I hope that you find that for yourself because your whole life will change for the better. It doesn't get worse. It might feel worse because you're not used to taking care of yourself and loving yourself and respecting yourself, but I wouldn't change it for $1 million. I wouldn't change it for anything. So, thank you guys for listening to me. Love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.